So the headlines are full of gloom and doom for Democrats because they're still negotiating over the Build Back Better bill. This just proves what we already know. The media only cares about scare headlines, just like Facebook. As soon as an agreement is reached and the bill signed into law, the media will have forgotten about how horrible things are for Democrats. Of course, they won't bother talking about how Democrats got the job done, and that's the Democratic Party's fault. You would think that by now, after decades of Republican media savvy, Democrats would have figured out how to get good headlines as well, but they haven't. So Democrats should be everywhere, talking about how they got great legislation passed to help people, while Republicans did nothing but obstruct. And when Republicans were in charge, they couldn't even keep the government open. Then they should pivot without even taking a breath to how Democrats will continue to make our lives better. Cutting child poverty in half, expanding healthcare coverage, everything that's in the current bill, and it'll all be there in cut-down form. It's going to be old news very quickly. Democrats need to set a more aggressive agenda going forward. Here are a few suggestions. A massive increase in the minimum wage. $15 an hour? Too late. We need $17.50. Phased in over 5 years. Then index it to per capita GDP so that when the economy grows, wages grow. Environmental protection and climate change. Imagine President Biden on national television saying, "Read my lips, no new pipelines." With Deb Haaland as Interior Secretary, he could actually mean it. Commerce and Transportation Secretaries need to work with our ports and our truckers to relieve supply chain bottlenecks. The Republicans screwed it up, we're fixing it, and prices for everything from cars to clothes can come back down. What else? Leave your suggestions in the comments below. Then write your representatives and urge them to pass whatever you support. The midterm election should be a Democratic romp even with the worst Republican gerrymandering. As long as Democrats offer voters something to vote for, they can do it. And what's better, after the election, Democrats will have an agenda they campaigned on so they can get good things done and then win the next election, and many more.